You used to believe what people told you about themselves until you started to see that you were able to see people more clearly than they could see themselves. Throughout most of your life, you listened to what people had to say about themselves, and you received it and believed it. It was always enjoyable to meet somebody new and then learn about them, and whatever they told you would be what you thought was the truth. You understood that sometimes people lie, but to you, those were a certain kind of people. Most people you felt were perfectly genuine, and what they were telling you was the truth. And so you were going along with this for most of your life. But then at one point, you met somebody, or even a group of people, that made it clear to you that this is not accurate. This person or these group of people told you a lot of things about themselves, and you spent a lot of time around these people, and you had opportunities to listen about stories from their past, about their plans for the future, and watch them around other people. And after some time, you started to sense that something was off. But every time you would ask, it would seem that you were told, no, that's not the way it is. And this was confusing because you were starting to see more and more proof that things were not the way they were being told to you. And yet, consistently, this group of people was telling you, no, you've got it wrong. And this confused you, and you were just trying to live your life. You were stuck in a lot of different ways, and you didn't feel like if you were wrong that you needed to create this massive upheaval because you couldn't quite prove that you were wrong. You just kept saying things that made you feel like something was off. Eventually, you came to realize, after a huge situation would have occurred, or a bunch of situations in succession, that in fact you had been right. You had seen that what these people were saying about themselves and what was the truth was diametrically opposed. But then you started to wonder, how is it possible that I was able to not see the truth of the situation? You started to question yourself, and you started to wonder, does this mean like I can't trust myself in anything? I was convinced, I was sure, and now I've suffered because I couldn't rely on my own judgment. So after that, you started to really try and analyze and study what had occurred during that time in your life. And you're just looking at everything, and then watching yourself and saying, how do I respond when I meet someone new? Do I believe what they say? And you started to see that yes, you would believe what they say, and then only after the fact you'd be like, hey, I really just took them at face value, but I've seen that that's not a wise thing to do. So you started getting in this habit. Now you're always looking at people and listening to what they say on many levels. You don't just hear their words, you look at their body language, you remember what they said to you last time that you saw them, and you start to be able to see and differentiate between the things that they're saying to you and the things that you're able to pick up yourself. In the past, you used to outsource your understanding of other people to those people and to the friends of those people. If someone told you, oh, this person is like this, you would believe it. If that person themselves told you, this is what I'm like, you would believe it. But now, after everything you've been through and your ability to observe and analyze yourself, you realize that you don't have to do that anymore. That is not the best and wisest thing to do. Now you have enough skill within yourself to stop outsourcing your understanding of the people around you. You do it yourself. You have that skill set. You're confident and able to make better assessments yourself than the very people who those assessments are about.